First up on today's show, we have a brand new tech update with our very own Colby Beck, where he tries to go a whole week without using any social media.
After that, Julius is back with a brand new edition of J Jams, where he highlights a new single from Juice WRLD and an Ian Dior album.
And to close out our show, Flyer News brings you a PSA about cyberbullying and ways to prevent it in its tracks.
All that and more coming up next on Flyer News Remote.
Good morning, Framingham. Today is Tuesday, June 16th, and it is the last day of school. I'm Griffin Yarmaloff.
And I'm Shea. This past week, Tech Update's Colby Beck attempted a feat that only brave teenagers could ever try to compete.
That's right. Colby deleted all social media off his phone and tried to reconnect with the world.
To see how it went, we now send it over to Colby.
Good morning, Flyers, and welcome back to Tech Update, the show that keeps you updated on tech. Who's ready to hop in those SpaceX rockets and go to another planet? I am. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about the new PS5 that finally was released. After months of waiting, it's finally here, the official PlayStation 5 release. Last week, Sony had their official press conference, where they revealed two new versions of the PlayStation 5, along with the controller. Interestingly enough, I like PlayStation's design to go with two different options, a PlayStation 5 with a disc drive and a digital one without a disc drive. The biggest thing about the PlayStation 5 we've known for a while is that blazing fast SSD. That's going to make loading times so much faster. For people who care, the specs of the PlayStation 5 are as follows. AMD Zen 2 based CPU with 8 cores at 3.5 GHz, 16 GB of GDDR6 memory, and a custom RDNA 2 AMD GPU. That puts out 10.28 teraflops of processing power. As we spoke about in earlier tech updates, the new PlayStation 5 will be shipping with Sony's new DualSense controller, which includes some pretty cool features like adaptive triggers, a built-in mic, and a new color scheme. Personally, I don't mind the PlayStation's design. I think it looks futuristic and more eye-catching than the Xbox Series X. When comparing the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation, however, comes up just short in processing power. However, I think it will make up for that in the slew of new games being released alongside the PlayStation 5. Sony has not confirmed the PlayStation's price, however, tech analysts have predicted it to be anywhere between $500 and $700. And the battle is on, either the Wi-Fi router or the mini fridge. Time for my weekly game suggestion. This week, I'm going to recommend Battlefield 1. I've been playing this game for years now, and I absolutely love it. It is by far the best Battlefield game made, in my opinion. While Battlefield is not for all audiences, if you enjoy shooters, you're going to love this Battlefield 1 game. It is a World War I based first-person shooter game designed to have the same game modes as classic Battlefield games. I love playing Frontlines, where you battle in a tug-of-war in order to capture objectives. Definitely recommend this game. This game is available on all platforms for just $15. That's all for this edition of Tech Update. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, just let me know. For Tech Update, it's been Colby Beck. Bye-bye.
A maskless woman at a New York City bagel shop intentionally coughed on a patron who called her out for not wearing a mask during this pandemic. She was spotted last week at the New York Bagel Coffee House in Astoria, Queens. The maskless woman had already been coughing inside the store and not covering her mouth. So a customer informed a worker. The lady heard this and proceeded to cough on the food and the customer. She has been banned from all New York Bagel Coffee House locations.
The Supreme Court rules that federal law protects gay and transgender workers from discrimination. On Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in a 6-3 key decision to have a provision on the 1964 Civil Rights Act that protects LGBTQ rights and employees from workplace discrimination. Chief Justice John Roberts and Associate Justice Neil Gorsuch, who authored the majority opinion, joined Justices Ginsburg, Breyer, Sotomayor, and Kagan in the ruling. Justices Alito, Kavanaugh, and Thomas dissented. This ruling rules that Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits the discrimination on the basis of sex, will also apply to gay and transgender people. Over the corona occasion, there's been some amazing new music released. This past Friday was no different.
That's right, the Kid Laroi released a single featuring the recently deceased Juice WRLD, and we also got a new album from Ian Dior.
With more on the latest hits and bangers in the music world, we send it over to Julius Souza with his segment J Jams.
What's going on, Framium? My name's Julius, and this is J Jams. First up on today's show, we have an up-and-coming artist. His name is the Kid Laroi. He has a song with Juice WRLD, so let's check it out.
Okay, go, go, go. She always be talking like she no. I told her don't ever leave me long. I guess I'm accident wrong.
That song was called Go, featuring Juice WRLD. The Kid Laroi was taken under Juice's wing before his passing, and there's a whole music video to this which is very touching. If you want to check it out, it is on YouTube. Up next, Ian Dior has a brand new project for us. It's called I'm Gone, so let's check it out.
Friends fell in love when I fell into fame. In my DMs talking about hey handsome. I know that they hate me and want me for ransom. It's nothing new, I won't give it today. I eat the hate up and spit it right back.
That song was called Prospect featuring Lil Baby. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it because it really hypes me up and just gets me in a good mood. And in some music history, on June 20th, 1966, the Beatles did release one of their albums called Yesterday and Today, so let's check it out. All I have for this episode of J Jams. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next year.
The internet may bring us many great things, including these remote episodes of Flyer News, but sometimes it can do more harm than good.
That's right, cyberbullying has been a problem on the rise in recent years with the ever-expanding online world, and people are trying harder than ever to stop the spread of this negativity.
We now turn to Julie Souza for more ways to prevent cyberbullying from taking over.
Hi guys, my name is Julie and I'm from Framingham Florida Flyers, and today we're going to be talking about cyberbullying. What cyberbullying is when someone uses technology to intimidate, threaten, or embarrass other people. The internet is a great place to share how you feel, post pictures, and do whatever you want, but there's also can be consequences. If you're doing anything to make someone feel down or intimidate them, threaten, or embarrass, it can end up back to you and look really bad on you in the future. People can screenshot it or share it. And making someone feel bad is never fun. You always have to think about how the other person feels and how it can affect them. If you're the one cyberbullying someone, I advise you to stop because it's going to get back to you somehow. And if you're being cyberbullied, make sure to tell someone you trust and get help because it has to stop. And if you're a bystander, make sure that you're there for the person and also try to get them help. Also, ways that you can help someone is by reporting their account or blocking them so that they can't comment or say any bad things about you or your friend. And also you can tell a trusted adult so that they can see what they can do and try to help. Alright guys, that's all I have for cyberbullying. Be safe on the internet and be nice. See you guys next week.
That's all for today's episode of Flyer News Remote. Make sure not to miss an episode by subscribing to our channel and pressing that bell to get notified when we post new videos.
Remember to also follow us on Instagram at flyer_news for updates and behind the scenes photos. Please be safe and stay inside. For Flyer News, I'm Shea Curry.
I'm Griffin Yarmaloff, and have a great rest of your week, everyone.
Hey,